right, so in our second section here, part B, it's really the same section. I just broke it into two parts. I want to give you a chance to practice and work a little bit and go from there. Simplifying the evaluating expressions with grouping symbols. What have we added? What do you see on these examples that you don't see? A to C something, what do you see?
Grouping.
Okay, what are grouping symbols? Kristen?
Oh, I was just going to say exponents inside the parentheses.
Okay, there's exponents inside the parentheses. Yeah, just parentheses. All right, everybody take your arms, stretch them out. Turn them up. Feel the stretch. You got to feel the stretch. Feel the stretch in 4 inches. Come on. All the way up. Parentheses. Okay, good. Get your lungs open. All right, so a parentheses is like its own little problem. So so we have problem 1, problem 2, and then we have the whole thing is problem 3. So let's look at problem 1. I'm not going to do anything except try to get that parentheses down to one number. So who can talk to me here? 8 plus 6 is 14. So that problem is done. Now look at this little problem in here. 4 squared minus 10. What goes first? Wyatt, you're good mentally. Talk to me here. 4 squared minus 10. What goes first? Which is 16 minus 10, 6. And so I would have no problem if you did that part in your head. So then you put down 6. Next step, really straightforward. 3 times 14. Can you do that in your head? Anybody? Anybody? 42. And 42 divided by 6? Your chance to be a cool math student. Cross your 7. All right, so 7. So really, 3 steps, bada bing, bada boom. All right, look down at number 2. We have problem 1, problem 2, and then the whole thing becomes problem 3. So the 5 plus the 3 is 8 divided by 2 plus, who can do that part in one step for me? Christian. 22. Do you guys agree with them? Okay. Notice I still have my parentheses there just because now I have one number inside my parentheses. All right, what's 8 divided by 2?
4.
4 plus 22. Answer is 26. We're just trying to understand what goes first. Are the numbers hard here, by the way? Okay, I'm making the numbers intentionally easy. What is my point I'm trying to emphasize here? Steps. Steps are what is important to focus on. So if you feel like you can do these problems, great. But pay attention to what I'm emphasizing on the steps. Because Caitlin, that's where later it might be tricky, is on the steps, not the numbers themselves. All right, what's first on this next one, on number 3? What's first? Someone who hasn't been jumping in here. Let's get some new people to jump in. Allison.
13 minus 7.
Okay, so that is?
6.
Good. Divided by the other parentheses, 8 minus 5. Patrick? 3. Okay. Can anyone do 15 times 6 in their head? Ethan? 90. And 90 divided by 3? 30. Very good. Pretty straightforward? So parentheses are like their own little problem. You work all the way down until you have one number, then you go on. What would happen if you had parentheses within parentheses? Which would go first? The one on the very inside. Okay. Flipper. I love this side because it really, really forces you to know what comes first. Wherever you see a variable, what have we learned? We replace it with what? Remember? Parentheses. So here we go. Big parentheses, squared. 5, 2 squared. Write down what you think the answer is. I'm just curious what you put down. Anyone want to give us a shot? Kristen?
20.
Okay, option A, 20. Jade? 100. Option B, 100. And we got option C. A million. Okay? So we have option A, option B, option C. I'm all about making millions, but I don't think it's in my near future. Anyway, what are our rules of exponents? Parentheses first. So let's look at our parentheses. Is that simplified? The 5? Yeah. Is the 2? So those are simplified. Now what about the bigger parentheses? What's inside those? Multiplication, right? So let's do that first. What's 5 times 2? 10. So on the inside is 10. So it looks like what should be our correct answer over here? Okay, so there we go, 100. And that's why we're doing these, is to make sure that we're not making errors. Now what is different on C than 4? Notice the difference where the parentheses are? So watch what we do. 5, 2 squared. Now as we're looking at it now, Hannah, do you see the difference? Are you multiplying first or squaring first? Yeah, we're squaring first. So now we say 2 squared is 4. 5 times 4 is obviously 20. Be careful on those, guys. Be careful. If you need help, call Ethan. He'll help you out tonight. All right, next one. 2CD squared. Tyler, what do you think is first on this one? The 2, the 5, or the 2 squared? The 2 squared. And you know 2 squared is 4. Okay, so let's replace the 2 squared with a 4. 2 times 5 is? Times 4? 40. Is 6 different than 7? A little bit different or a lot of it different? Just a wee bit, but it's going to make a massive change. So put your big parentheses with squared. Then put 2. We're still back to the 5 and the 2. Once again, 2 times 5 times 2 this time is 20. Squared is 400. Massive change in the answer just by adding one little set of parentheses. How careful do you think you have to be on your homework as you're doing this? Pay attention. Don't rush. It's the little things that'll kill you. Okay? All these, would you say any of these numbers are difficult? No. We're messing with 5s and 2s. So just pay attention, take your time, go slow. All right. This is my humdinger. Who wants to give it a shot? Wyatt?
172.
Woo! All right. Walk me through it, Wyatt. I'm going to put your number over here on record. You have the floor. Go ahead. I will only write what you say.
15 divided by 3 is 5. That's 25.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to catch up here. Do you want me to do anything with this front part?
Yeah, that's 18
So that's 18.
plus 25, which is 43, and then you put 3.
Hold on. I gotta catch up here.
And then 43 times 4.
So he did his inner parentheses first. By the way, these funny looking brackets, have you ever seen those before? I think the text cut off the top. My apologies there. That's just like parentheses. So he did the innermost parentheses first, squared that, then added it, then multiplied. Anyone have a question for Wyatt? Nice job. Make sense? All right, down here at the bottom. What do we have as our second little assignment? 17 to 47. So that's like 15 problems. That's it. I don't want to belabor you with tons and tons of problems as you're doing this. I just want you to get enough that you get good practice.